Hi everybody, Harris here with iDownload Blog. The new iPhone SE 3rd generation is here in a very similar size, shape, and format to the iPhone SE 2nd generation and of course the iPhone 8. In this video I'm going to go over the basic tips and tricks of how to use this phone if you're new to this phone or new to the iPhone in general, as well as some tips and tricks and some hardware accessory suggestions. Let's go ahead and get started. And this video is presented by iMobi AnyTrans software. So very quickly, I want to give a tour of the hardware of this device. So it is pretty much identical to the iPhone SE 2nd gen and the iPhone 8. So on the back, you have your single camera as well as flash and microphone. Your charging port is at bottom here with lightning, a couple speakers, some microphones, and up top you have your camera, an earpiece, power button to the right hand side, and volume buttons and your ringer to the left hand side. Now if you want to take a screenshot with this phone, you can still use the home button at the bottom to take a screenshot using the home button and the power button at the same time. Now this is the space gray option this year, and it's a pretty deep, almost very dark purple. In a lot of lightings I get kind of a purple sense with this, but in camera, I think it pretty much picks up the black of this. It's not jet black like we had a few years ago. It is kind of their, space gray, and you have aluminum sides as well. They also have the product red version this year, same as last time. I think this is the previous generation iPhone SEs. You can see they look identical, but I think the product red shade this year is slightly different, and there's also a starlight color this year which is ever so slightly different than the white color, but those are the three colors available for this phone. And because this phone is the exact same as the previous one in terms of shape, you can use all your same cases for the iPhone 8, the iPhone SE 2nd gen, or the iPhone SE 3rd gen. My favorite when I was using this as a daily phone was the spec credit card wallet case. You can fit a few cards in here, doesn't add too much bulk, and still gives you some pretty good protection. So this was probably my favorite case when I was using this phone every day. Now, of course, in the packaging, Apple does give you your USB-C to Lightning cable. Now, this USB-C can be plugged in with anything that supports it. So if you have an iPad Pro, you can charge your phone from the iPad Pro with that cable, or a Mac, or, of course, a USB-C wall charger. Now, Apple doesn't give you one, so you have to purchase your own. A couple recommendations I have. One would be this Ohio charger. It enables fast charging on your iPhone, but it's super compact, as well as this one from Anker that also enables fast charging to get around 50% battery life in 30 minutes of charge, and these are super compact and easy to throw in a bag. So I always keep one of these in my backpack along with an extra charging cable, and well, you're going to need a charging cube anyway, if you don't have a USB-C, but you can use any previous Lightning cable and cube that you've used in the past. Now, to use this phone is pretty familiar to any other phone. You use your fingerprint to unlock and you can go home. You double click the power button and you can pull up your recent applications. You swipe up from the bottom and you get to your control center where you get access to quick controls. If you hold some of the options, you can see more. So if I hold this, I can pull up a couple more options, and if I hold a specific one, again, I can pull up more options. Same goes for the focus or do not disturb. You can tinker around with the do not disturb and focus settings. And then most of these toggles, these quick control toggles, also have options. So if I do the camera, it says take a selfie or record a video, or if I do the notes one, long press it, it allows me to scan a document right there, and I can share that into the Files app or email it to somebody, so that's great if you want to scan a document. There's also night mode and things like that. Now, if you want to customize this, you just go into your settings and you go to Control Center. And here you can add or remove whatever toggles you want to exist in this menu. Now, of course, if you want to get into Notification Center, you just swipe down from the very top. Now, before we go any further, I want to talk about one of the best pieces of software that can go with your new iPhone SE. And this is AnyTrans from iMobi, the sponsor of this episode. It's basically your one-stop shop for iPhone content management. It uses a one-click quick transfer to backup, recover, and secure over 27 different types of data on your iOS device, and it doesn't require any background knowledge to use it. And it works on any iOS device that's running iOS 5 or later. And the software software allows you to bypass iTunes music transfer restrictions, backup and print messages, backup photos, and manage iOS apps in batches, download YouTube and Instagram videos, and so much more. So if you're using an iPhone SE or really any other Apple device and you want to get iMobi's AnyTrans, I will leave a link down in the description to basically manage all of your content and solve a lot of different issues on your phone as well. And then kind of a recent addition to the iPhone would be the app library. So this is where all of your apps live. So technically you don't need to have any apps on your home screen if you don't want, and you can replace them with widgets as well by holding down on a blank area of the home screen and then clicking the plus button up in the corner, and you can add your own widgets right there by tapping and holding on one and dragging it. Now, one of the changes this year is on the camera front. Now, in terms of operating the camera on this phone, I have a dedicated video talking just about how to get really good pictures and how to use the camera app on your iPhone. So I invite you to check that out if you're curious. But very quickly, because Apple's made this slightly less intuitive than it used to be, basically if you want to change your settings while recording video or photos, you can swipe up and down to get your settings at the bottom. Or press this little toggle at the top, which will pull up that, but that's pretty simple. And you can swipe back and forth between all your different modes, so time-lapse, slow-mo, video, and photo. And for the video options, you get the ability to change your resolution by tapping up in the corner. So this does now support 4K at 60 frames per second, and you can tap to change both the resolution and the frame rate. And of course, pressing this button turns it around to the front for the front-facing camera. Now, the flash button can be a little bit confusing, and I'll just show you quickly. So right now you can see it is turned off because of the line through it. If I tap it again, it'll put it on auto. But if you want to really specify which one you have, you can swipe up and click the flash button. And there, by default, it's on auto, but you can also turn it on so that it definitely uses the flash when you take a picture, or you can have it definitely off. And the same goes for your live photo. And then you can also change things such as aspect ratio. And you can set a timer, which is a very nice and important feature, 10 or 3-second timer. And then you can also change the exposure, but I'm pretty sure almost nobody changes the exposure unless you're kind of a more advanced photo taker, photographer. And there is portrait mode, so if you want to take a really nice blurred out background picture, you can do that with your front camera or your rear camera. And it has the timer. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't like the auto brightness feature. I like my brightness to be set by me and not change. And Apple kind of hides this now to change it. It's not just in the display settings. So you do have to search for it. You go to auto brightness there, and you can turn that on or off. Very bottom here. So I always turn off auto brightness. Now, a really handy feature that I use especially at night would be the reduce white point feature. And this allows you to triple click your home button and reduce your brightness so you can get it super dark at night so it doesn't disturb you as much. All right, so to do this, you go into accessibility, then you go down to accessibility shortcut, and I have it set to reduce white point right there. So now if I triple click my home button, it'll turn this on automatically. So you can get some really dark screens at night. Just don't forget to turn this off, because in the morning you'll be wondering, why is your screen so dark outside? And then you triple click and you exit that mode. That's great. Now, live text is a really awesome feature as well. I did a video covering this, which I invite you to check out. Basically, any text that is in front of you, whether it be a website, an email address, an address, a song, anything like that, if you pull up your camera, you'll see a little option in the bottom right-hand corner. And if you tap on this, it'll allow you to scan any text that is present. So you can see I just have this box here, and it says iPhone. And if I press this live text, it'll pop up the text, and then I can highlight it, copy it, paste it, do whatever I want with it. And of course, if you have a document or something you want to translate, this is great. And you can do this just by pulling up your camera on some text or doing it within a screenshot or a photo. Now, a really nice feature I like is in video in Safari. So if you click the three little dots on the bottom of a video, you can click playback speed and change your playback speed. So if you want to watch Joey Votto hitting a home run at 1.5x speed, you can do that, which is awesome. All right, so those are some of the basic tips and tricks and accessories for your iPhone that you might be interested if you are a new iPhone SE user. Let me know if you have any questions, if you have any comments or concerns, and thanks so much for watching this video.